Thank you so much for coming back today at our channel, The Physics Mindset, our channel to deliver you an information in electrical engineering, electronics, and solar installations. Now today we are going to look at the electrical power stations. Why do we have electricity at our place? Who organizes this electricity to reach at our places? Okay, now we're going to look at the stations. The electrical power station is different with electrical power generation. Generation, we have just finished it. Now let us look at this power station. Power station, they mean the industrial facilities which are responsible to generate electricity from one form of energy into another form of energy. Let's check this. From water into electrical. From nucleus into electrical. From burning some chemicals, uranium, into electrical. Now, this form of energy, they make this form of energy, these stations provide this form of energy to run the turbines. And this, in the form of running the turbines, electricity will be generated. Now, we're going to look at the types of these power stations, electrical power stations, which are providing us with electricity. These are the types of power stations. Okay, now one of the type of power station which is mostly known worldwide, okay, is hydroelectric power station. Hydroelectric power station is one of the most oldest form of creating electricity. Hydro meaning water. Hydroelectric power station means they created electricity using water. They didn't create water, but they created electricity using the energy from the water. Which energy? That is potential energy and kinetic energy, which changes into mechanical energy. And from mechanical, then into electrical from the generators. Okay? That is hydroelectric power. And there is number two, we have solar powers. Solar power generation. You see, hydroelectric power, then solar power station. These are stations. Let's say a solar plant. Check on the last videos we have been doing about solar systems from the beginning to the production of electricity. Solar power is also a type of power station. It provides us with electricity. We are here we are seeing the types of power stations where we get our electricity from. The power station responsible to produce electricity. Okay, we have solar power, hydro power station. Number three, we have wind. Oh, before I go on wind, let's tap on solar power. Solar power, we use solar panels, whereby these solar panels, once they receive the sun, they convert this sun into some voltages. Photovoltaic system. A photovoltaic effect will take place in the solar panel to convert this sun into electrical, DC electricity. Okay, and that DC electricity, it goes to the battery, is stored in the battery into chemical form. You see how they are changing heat energy from the sun or light energy into electrical, then stored in the battery into chemical form, then again from the battery into electrical. And you will see our houses lighting. Okay, that is solar power station. Now, number three, we have the wind power. Wind power, what do we mean? We mean we are using wind to create electricity, that energy from the wind to drive the wind turbine. So once the wind turbine are rotating, the generator will be producing electricity for us. Okay, that is the wind turbine using wind power stations. Also, these are, like the beginning I told you, it is an industrial facility which is responsible to create electricity by converting one energy into another form of energy, then into electrical. Okay, now if we see on the wind power, turbines are being driven by the wind. Those are the wind turbines. We call them wind turbines. They are created for mainly being driven by the wind. Someone can say, no, this wind is just something which is weak. And if you see those wind turbines, they're a bit big in size, but this wind can make it rotate. Okay? And this is the technology they used, that a wind will be able to rotate it so that we can generate electricity. Okay? Now, number 4, we have thermal power plants. These are types of power stations. Okay? Thermal power, as you listen the word thermal, that is like temperatures. We're going to talk about temperature, heat. Okay? Thermal power plants. These are heat. By the thermal power is like nucleus, also nucleus, geothermal power. These ones are going to come in, I think, nucleus, then geothermal. Yes, geothermal also. It's these 3. They are in heating. We talk about heat, thermal, temperatures. Thermal is temperatures. Okay, like heating some chemicals to create heat or to create steam, which steam will drive or will make the turbine to rotate, and these turbines are called the steam turbines. When the turbine rotates, always the turbine is connected to the generator, and the turbine converts mechanical into electrical. This electrical is done from the generator by the principle of Faraday's principle, which states that when when a magnetic field is changed from one place to another, it creates a force which is called electromotive force in the cable. Okay, now this process of the magnetic fields running from one place to another in the generator, it makes that process is called the electromagnetic induction. You see, and once there is some electromagnetic induction, we shall have some electromotive force to enter into the cable, and once electromotive force enters into the cable, we shall be having some voltages. That is the principle of the generators, and this is the Faraday's law. Okay, now we have also number 5, one of the types of power station. We have also gas power plants. Gas power plants, where we get our gas. These are plants, these are industrial facilities providing for us gas. We can use gas for cooking. We can use gas for lighting. Okay? Now, that industry which is making that gas, it is a power plant, one of a power station. Okay? Now, number 6, we have the diesel power station. Diesel, as you hear the name diesel power station, even that is the factory responsible for producing diesel, extracting diesel, so that we can burn some chemicals to run the turbine. And once the diesel is being burnt, that steam which will come to run the turbine is connected on the generator. The same principles. Then we shall be having electricity. Okay? Number 7, we have a nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant. Here, this is also another factory which is responsible for creating or producing electricity. It is a power station, power plant. Power plant means a plant, power plant. Like I can say a solar plant, a nuclear power plant. It is a very big factory, or a place where high voltage is going to be produced. Okay, high voltages of electricity. Now, instead of calling it a factory or an industry, electrically, technically, we can call it a plant. Okay, When you find a very many, okay, let's say on a solar panel, there is that name which you call a solar power plant. When solar panels are being installed at a larger area, large surface area, let's say 10 acres full of solar panels, that is a plant, okay? A solar plant, you call it a solar plant. Now here, it is a nuclear power station or a nuclear power plant. This is their burning of the uraniums, those chemicals, so that we produce steam, which steam will run the turbine. The same principles. And I'm going to pick one of the power station, and I explain it clearly so that you understand the generation of electricity. There's also geothermal power stations, and there is a biomass generation. Okay, biomass, we mean like our gas, biogas. Okay, that is changing fossils or products from animals or human waste, so that you can convert that energy, that waste, into electrical. Check on the biogas. Okay, that is forming from fossils into electricity or gas. Okay, now before we go far away with these power stations, I'm going to pick one of the power station, then I can explain you thoroughly well, so that you understand from the beginning to the generation of the electricity. Because I just want you to be knowing this, because where we are going, I know for some few videos, we shall be now going into the transmission of electricity. Then, after knowing one of the power station, we dip it into how they start creating power. Let's say, if we pick hydroelectric power station, there I will explain to you how water comes to generate electricity without burning anything, without smoke, without anything, without smoke, without burning any coal, without nothing, without putting fuel. Okay, water, only water, to create electricity. By the way, let us pick the hydroelectric power, because it is very wide. A lot of countries use it, okay, than these other ones. These other ones, few countries use. Even solar power, solar panel, good enough, we have all videos about solar system. Many countries use solar system. Wind turbines, few countries use wind turbines, mostly in European countries, America, Canada, that side, they have this wind power. But African countries and a lot of worldwide, we use solar panel. Even worldwide, we use hydroelectric power. So let me pick hydroelectric power that we shall explain more, and we understand it perfectly from the beginning to the generation of power before power is going to be transmitted. Because transmission is going to be our next topic. Transmission of electricity. Once you have now generated electricity from hydroelectric power, from the turbine, generator. Okay, it's like this. From water, turbine, from turbine to generator, from generator to the transformer. Then from the transformer to the transmission. Now, that is, if we talk about this tension, we shall know up to the transformer. Then we start the transmission topics. Okay? Then after the transmission, then we go to distribution. Distribution is where we get our power. We light our TVs, our washing machine, our refrigerations. Okay? That is distribution. Now, I pick this. This is what we are going to discuss in the next video. Okay? About hydroelectric power. I'll give you a brief explanation so that you master it very well. Okay? Now, without anything, share the video. If you're a student in electrical engineering course, please share with your fellow students and brothers and sisters, your friends. Okay? This is normal knowledge. Everyone needs this knowledge. If you're an electrician, please share with your workmates. Tell them what you have learned today about the solar, the power stations. Solar is part of power station, hydro, wind, thermal, gas power, diesel power, nuclear power plant, geothermal, biomass. These are type of power stations, the industrial facilities which are responsible to produce electricity. Okay, I thank you for watching this video, because wherever we are going, I know you will enjoy the electrical. Without watching these videos, I know now the bit of knowledge you're having right now is now wide. If you have come up with us from the beginning, you will have a wide range of, so even you can even talk about electrical with your friends. You can say, do you know types of power stations? And do you know the use of the power stations? Before even you can even discuss about the generation of electricity. Even you can discuss about how the people, the discoverers of electricity, types of electricity. I know you have now knowledge about electricity. Okay, thank you. Don't forget to thumb on the notification bell for more tutorials in electrical engineering, either electronics, solar, and electrical engineering. Don't forget to share and like, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything. See you in the next video about hydro. We have picked hydroelectric power station, talking about how water creates electricity. Then we can go on the transmission of electricity. Thank you. See you there.